Hello, my homies. OneSmartCat doing some Spellslingers, and today I'm going back to another one of my favorite decks. For the most part, the game has still remained stale for the last few months since they haven't really added anything new, and a lot of the veteran players have been moving on, and a few of the content creators have also showed that they're no longer making stuff, but there are still new people finding the game, and I want to at least go back over some of my favorite decks. That way anybody new finding the game and they're still getting new cards and they're still having a good time with it, they can try some of the older decks that were a lot of fun and continue to enjoy their time with the game. So this is one of my decks that I made a good while ago that is pretty much one of my favorite decks that I've ever made. And the reason for that is artifacts never really took off in this game. There are some good artifacts that have found places in a couple of different decks, but for the most part, there was never really any decks that focused on artifacts. I have this one. I call it Artifact Assault. I use Ral for it, and it's a lot of fun. Now, they did do a nerf to Tolarian Academy, and this was a while ago, that made it so the artifact cost reduction only happens off of the first artifact that you play. It used to be every artifact that you play, but now it's only the first one that you play each turn. So that is a bit of a nerf of what this deck used to be, but honestly, it's still completely playable even with that nerf. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire deck list. I'm just going to do an overview, but all you need to know is if you can get the Grindstone Fiend out pretty early on, if you can get him or both of him, because there are 2 copies of him in here, and then start spamming out your different kinds of artifacts, you basically have a continuous way to deal with any of your opponent's lower health creatures. And as we get into the game, you'll see exactly what I mean. Everything else is stuff that has artifact interactions, like the Ambitious Scholar. He's a 2-drop that's a 1/1, but whenever you have him on the field and then you play an artifact, he turns into a 5/3, which just becomes like a really big deal early on if your opponent doesn't have anything on the ground. The other big stuff to look towards in this deck are the Inferno that comes out with flying and haste, and it summons a random artifact. The reason this is important is because this does this every single time it attacks, which basically gives you just a continuous flow of artifact ammo, basically. The Hoarding Dragon is another way to get artifacts into your hand. It only works as a debut, so it's the first time that you put it out, but it gives you an artifact and it's a 3/5 flyer, so it's still very good no matter what. This guy is somebody that's able to eventually close out the game. He starts off as a 3/3 flyer, but every time he attacks, he destroys a random artifact and he doubles his health. So if you have an artifact on the field, he becomes a 6/6, then he becomes a 12/12, then he becomes a 24/24, and so on and so forth. And the other thing to remember about this guy is it's a random artifact. So if you have an artifact on your side, then it's going to take it. But also, if your opponent has an artifact, this thing can eat their artifact and double its power. So it's pretty useful whenever it's able to do that. Yeah, but for the most part, it's just a whole bunch of artifact interactions. And honestly, me playing the deck will show you a lot more than me just talking about it. So let's get into some matches. All right, one last quick little thing before the matches start. So on my stream deck, I'm able to make myself small and I'm able to make myself big because that's just something that I set up on this thing. And as I started editing the videos, I noticed that I left myself big, which kind of sucks because that means I'm covering up a lot of the artifacts. And that sucks when the whole point in this deck is artifacts. But honestly, the games are too good for me just to throw them away and, you know, record 3 more new games. So I am blocking my artifacts. I'm sorry, but you're still gonna get the gist of everything that's going on. So enjoy the matches, please. And I apologize.
Rao versus Rao.
Rao versus Rao. So I can win a Rao mirror match. It's just gonna depend on how much he's gonna use his this isn't bad. It's gonna depend on how much he's gonna try to use his passive. The whole, you know, charge thing right here. Because I don't use the charge thing at all with this deck. The whole passive of using spells and all that. Because this deck uses artifacts. So we'll just have to see how spell oriented this guy is.
The name's Rao, but you knew that. This should be fun for me.
Seek knowledge.
We're going second, which I'm completely fine with. We'll probably start off with the Scepter, and then depending on what we get after that, we might tinker the Scepter. Yeah, Scepter first. See what that gives us. Honestly, the 2 elves might not be bad. No, the takedown is going to be better in case he puts out his robot. And yeah, fuck it. Let's tinker it. Let's see what we can get early on. We could get an alarm bell, which will make sure that we have creatures. Let's do that. There's our Grindstone, which is going to help us immensely. The thing is, though, is he's going to have spell cards, and our Grindstone's not that beefy, so he could just blow us up immediately.
A fellow seeker.
Looks like he's probably doing just basic Rao stuff, using spells and using the wizard. But let's see what we can do. Oh, he's gonna blow up our Grindstone. That sucks. Like I said, for the entirety of this game, people haven't really focused on artifacts. So maybe he doesn't know what I'm trying to do. Like, people don't usually go against artifact decks. Oh, no, he blew him up. Damn it. He was reading what it did. He was like, it fucks with artifacts. Get that thing out of here. He's loading up more spells. Ooh, our other Grind Fiend. Awesome. Before we put him out, let's go ahead and put out some blockers. And then our next turn, we can do Rod and Grindstone. No point in putting the Grindstone out immediately in this situation because he's probably just going to blow it up, and we don't want that. He's doing a good job of controlling the board, which is what you would expect from a spell-heavy Rao. But we're not in too bad of a position yet.
Full charge!
He's using the Rao mechanics. Makes sense, makes sense. I'm the silly one for not using the Rao mechanic, honestly. But I just like using the Spellslingers in different ways.
Let me show you.
Okay, now we have a 5-3. I'm gonna go ahead and save the charge on that Rod of Ruin for whenever I'm able to get my Grindstone out. Spell heavy Ral. The only thing I wish for this Grindstone is that it didn't say random enemy creature. I wish it just said random enemy.
Boundless potential.
Full charge!
Because if I could use that to do damage to the face, that'd be awesome. Yeah, just very control heavy Ral. We'll go with the... I was gonna say we were gonna put the Hoarding Dragon out, but because of that, let's go ahead and put the Grindstone. He's probably gonna blow us up, but in this instance, I mean, we have to get some damage out. We have to have something on the field. I'm assuming he has like nothing but spells, and then that little robot guy that gets +3 whenever you play a spell. He might not have very many other creatures. His whole objective is just to blow up the board.
Just one bite. That feels good.
It's a creature he stole from me.
Stand.
Full charge!
Ral doing Ral things. Ooh, Inferno is nice. Let's do... obviously blow up this. We can take down that. Since that has haste, let's go ahead and put this out now.
My wealth is limitless.
And we could do that next turn. And then we'll stun this just for the fuck of it. I'm saving this for his robot because I know he has that fucking robot spell. Can he transform that in this turn? The answer is probably. Probably shouldn't have any issue with that. He has 4 mana.
Don't fear what you don't understand.
I mean, if he doesn't, we're gonna use takedown on it.
For competition, how amusing. You're all mine.
Oh, I fucked up. I meant to use this before I attacked with that. Boo! I fucked up. We might as well save it. Because he's about to get his elementals. We'll save it for his elemental. There's good old Chain Lightning. One of the cards that broke the game for a while. It's still a very good card. Let's do this. Go ahead and stun this. Let's see what legendary creature we can get. I mean, honestly, Grizzlebrand is pretty awesome. And that'll give us a lot of answers to his stuff. So we'll do Grizzlebrand. Hopefully this doesn't go off and we'll do Grizzlebrand next turn. For the time being, let's just get another spell. Honestly, Mend is probably a good idea right now. He should have his elemental card already in hand. So I'm just waiting for whenever he plays that.
Call the elements.
There it is. Corpse conveyor.
Greatness comes only by violence.
I mean, we're just kind of looking for answers now, right? Zuzu might be good. Zuzu might be very good. Let's take Zuzu. Corpse conveyor is not really going to help us unless we use it to like to just feed one of our dragons or something.
The deal is over.
How many cards do I get? 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if he kills him, I'm only gonna get 4 cards, which kind of sucks.
Oops, too many cards.
Grim Echoes.
Oops, too many cards.
Full charge!
Grim Echoes Zuzu? Will that win us the game? Destroy a friendly creature, summon base copies. Paincast 9. That's gonna...
Oops, too many cards.
That's gonna kill us. Let me see. What if we do... That heals us for 4. And then... this.
Zosu brings the pain. Zosu out. Zosu brings the pain. Zosu brings the pain.
What happens here? 9, 18. I mean, that's it, right?
Zosu out. Zosu out. Incoming.
Just wait until
That was interesting.
I win again.
What a random assortment of cards that got us that win. That's honestly one of the reasons why I love that deck. So much
Let the experiment begin.
so much random bullshit.
Rao versus Kaya.
Going against Miss Kaya. Now, is this gonna be basic flying and sneak Kaya, or is this gonna be something else? Ooh, start off with our Grindstone. Is very, very good. I would prefer to go second, honestly, but we'll see what we get.
Let's go.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Make your vow.
So, Warlock Kaya with the Hellmouth Cave. This is making me think like this is going to be basic run-of-the-mill sneak and flying Kaya.
I'll take the lead.
Starts off with Vanguard. Interesting. It's a waste to put him out right now, but I need
Have you tried?
a defender, and I don't want to defend with my Grindstone. Where are my artifacts? There's a sneak. Let's do grind. Bag of tricks.
It has been an honor.
That's a good shot. Gets rid of her. This is gonna get sneak and get by anyway. But at least it's only 2 damage.
Watch yourself.
See if she has her dagger to throw at me. She does.
Now things get interesting. Just wait till you... Nothing personal.
It's yours to command.
Not too shabby.
Let's see what this hits. Very nice, very nice. Honestly, let's put another charge on that for the time being. Got an owlbear. We have the Ravager. We may want to push into our Ravager. He now sees that the Grindstone is a threat. Yeah, we'll take the block. That's fine. If we could draw our other Grindstone, that would be awesome. Not quite yet. Let's see what this gives us. I kind of want to get the Hell Vault out, honestly. We have a bunch of creatures, so we'll be able to put up a defense in a moment. Let's go ahead and get the Hell Vault out. Start working on this. And do we want to play defensively? Or make her trade? We'll make her trade. Because we have a bunch of people to put out next turn.
Defensive protocol engaged.
She does not want to trade. Interesting.
Damage sustained.
Okay, so she is going to do that. She doesn't have enough mana to throw her knife, so she's not going to get her thing, which is good for us. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's put some stuff out on the field. Let's give him Relentless so he sticks around. And Crab. And Owlbear. Alright, now we got a decent board presence. So whenever we do this next turn, the Steed and the Gutfire will all be worth 1 mana. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We're slowly building up our arsenal of artifacts and stuff.
Such delicious morsels.
We'll get a flyer out on this turn. Oh, we could just blow it up with that too, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another Gutfire, not exactly what I want. Let's go ahead and get our Ravager out. No. We'll get the horde out.
My wealth is limitless.
And then we'll blow up this. And we'll swing with this. Take whatever trade he wants to do.
Watch yourself.
Completely fine with that. But it's only for that turn that they're worth 1. I never knew that. That's fine.
Their wisdom is yours.
Nothing personal.
Drafting a legendary creature sounds good. He's running out of cards from his hand. So let's go ahead and get our Ravager out.
I will consume you all.
Make him have to take this block if he wants to stop us. Or we'll just hit him with 8. I'm completely fine with that. Completely fine with that. We'll probably use this to boost Ravager. And then leave this on the field in order to make him double, which will take him up to 10. He'll be a 10-3.
Not bad.
I mean, we're about to hit him for a lot. All right, so let's do this. Let's swing. Do we need to put anything out before we swing? Nah, let's swing. So that's 13 damage. He's gonna have to chump block this with one of his creatures, or it's just game over right now.
To your hell. Everything belongs to me.
And then we will put out this guy.
Let me show you.
And this. So now he's a 5/3. And we get a legendary. Debut. That's an extremely powerful card. I mean, unless he has a board wipe or something. Or he has a way to take care of our flyers. Like, this is already game over. He gets a stun. He's putting up a fight. But we're pretty much at GG.
I have seen unimaginable things.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You're all mine.
Yeah, we have just an insane hand. Like, I don't see a way of him coming back.
Tired of this.
Yeah. He killed our guy before he left, though. He was like, fuck that guy, and then took off.
Surprise, surprise! I win again.
On to the next.
Rao versus Gideon.
Going against Gideon. The active player count has gone down a bit, so matchmaking can be a little
3, 2, 1, fight!
shifty, I guess. I'm saying that because this guy's a gold, but you know, ranks don't mean everything. Depending on what cards he has and everything like that, we're just gonna have to see how this guy does. Start off with our Scepter. Let's go ahead and do Anticipate. That way we can look for our Grindstone Fiend. What is this? This is a spell, right? Yeah. I'll probably do Tinker next. We can do Tinker and then Thought Provoker. Well, let's do this. Use Takedown. Thought Provoker. Tinker, see what we can get out of that. Ooh, that Hell Vault. That's exactly what I wanted. Very nice. So we got a 6 mana artifact on turn number 2. Very good, very good. So it makes them all 1 for just for the turn. We do takedown on the flyer or takedown on the 3/1. Burn through our Hell Vault as soon as we can. Let's go ahead and use this to get rid of her.
It has been an honor.
And then just chill. We're eating a bit of damage at the start, but as long as we're keeping him under 3 creatures, we'll be okay. He's building up that flyer though. We're probably gonna have to use takedown on that flyer next turn.
I'll take the lead.
This is a turn we're gonna trigger our Hell Vault though. Oh wow, that's a great card. Let's go and do that. So we get rid of one of his cards.
Closer. Closer. If you insist.
This works off of artifacts too, which is really great, honestly.
If you insist.
Like if this wasn't a black card, I would actually have this in my artifact deck because it works great with artifacts. The fact that we were able to get it is pretty awesome. Because if we could keep this alive, we're just gonna keep draining him like constantly. We need to anticipate and look for our Grindstone Fiend, because this and the Grindstone Fiend put together is gonna be a very strong combination. Completely fine. Completely fine. We'll take the 6 damage. We're honestly in a very good position. I'm not too worried. Let's look for our Grindstone Fiend. No Grindstone Fiend. Kinda sucks. But this will make it so that we continuously have artifacts, so let's go ahead and pull him out. And then let's get rid of this damn flyer. Do a little bit of damage to this thing.
If you insist.
Make it so that he has to jump block this.
If you insist.
And then swing with both of those. He's probably gonna have to jump block both of them. I mean, he still has 23 life. Doesn't have anything in his hand anymore, though.
Friend.
Yeah. We are in a good spot. I'm completely fine with him hitting me with that. Because now he doesn't have anything in his hand, and we have Icy Manipulator. Like, he is gonna be hurting. I mean, we're about to do 10 damage to him right now.
If you insist.
We'll just control the board.
Turn it off and on again.
This is pretty much over. I love this artifact deck. It's so fucking fun.
I'll be the last one standing.
Go down swinging, Kolika. I like it, bud. You're a fighter. I appreciate that.
If you insist. If you insist.
GG, Kolika.
Just wait until
You have best.
Now, if you don't know about the whole artifact things, the reason that I spent that artifact charge before I put down the other artifact is because if I would have put the other one out, since they're the same thing, it would have just added charges to that first one. And I would have only been able to use it once.
experiment begin.
But since I burnt out that first artifact charge and then put out a new one, I was able to use it twice. So just throwing that out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will keep on putting out more of my favorite decks that I've made since this game came out. Hope, you know, maybe one of these days we'll get surprised and they will finally do an update on this game. But until then, we'll see what we can do. I still want to put out some of these old decks, so any new players that are just finding this game, at least they have some fun stuff to play besides like the regular old, you know, meta bullshit. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll see you in another one of my videos, and wee.